Morning, welcome back. We're all familiar with the 4 seasons of weather, summer, spring, winter, and fall, but there is a secret fifth one that happens annually, and it's called wedding season. And it's happening, alright.
Pour the wine, his last name is mine.
Facebook statuses are being updated from situationship to finally engaged. In all caps. Videos of bridal parties doing a flash mob dance to a Chainsmokers song at a fancy garden. This is one of those times when content of the same one-day event slowly gets trickled out throughout the entire year. I get it, you gotta get your money's worth after paying someone $5,000 to capture every moment from your wedding. Personally, I am a fan of weddings. Thank you to all the couples that get married and invite me. It's an excuse for me to travel somewhere and eat and drink my way through the weekend with a third cousin twice removed that I didn't even know existed. Overall, they are fun, but other than a house and a car, they are one of the most expensive things you can buy in your lifetime. And the actual event itself only lasts 1 to 2 days tops. It's for the memes and the tax write-off, I guess, but a car or a trip to another country will last you more than 24 hours most of the time. From what I've heard, when you're in wedding mode, you are basically running on pure adrenaline. 5 hours of sleep each night and a dream that everything will probably work itself out.
Oh my god, did Mark see her?
If we get a divorce, it's gonna be because of your guys' asses. You're supposed to make sure that he doesn't see me. You guys quit breathing? Quit breathing so I can breathe.
You only have one expensive shot at this, and when you're stressed, you just want anyone to take your money and deal with it. Scammers can smell the potential income they can make from wedding parties. In this era where we're always striving to have the picture-perfect moment we can post on social media, you know what they say, if you don't post it, did it even happen? Why does my sibling have a random baby all of a sudden? I didn't see no YouTube video. What if you hired someone to capture your special day in a one-of-a-kind unique portrait? And we're not talking about a DSLR camera lens, because it's basic and everyone does that. Rebecca Russell, who owns Rebecca Russell Art Studio in Virginia, offers live wedding paintings to newlyweds on their wedding day, where she sets up a small easel at the ceremony or reception and paints the bride and groom as they celebrate with loved ones. She doesn't have them pose or stand still for 6 hours, like a Victorian child getting photographed by an old rotary phone looking machine. Rebecca takes a screenshot in her head and paints throughout the day. Does she have a photographic memory, or is she speed painting in real life? It does sound like a nice idea if you want something different and you like art. And besides, how much could it cost? $10? A banana's what?
$10?
According to her website, a custom package for each and every couple start at $1,200 for live wedding paintings, not including her travel costs, which can range from $250 to $3,000 on top of the painting fee. Okay, so that is actually pretty steep. Is the painting made out of caviar? And can you eat it after? I guess if you're already spending $30,000 on your wedding, what's another couple thousand? Said people that are bad with finances. Besides, as the brides like to say, it's my special day! I would like to think the more money you spend on something, the better it'll be. If everything was fair in the world, why do we pay an extra dollar for brand name ketchup if not for the quality? Rebecca mentions that she paints the couple in their love moment and the surroundings in a partially detailed and partially abstract way. The vagueness of the statement after spending $1,000 on a piece of art makes me anxious. But artists can be eccentric and weird. Usually they're the ones that paint the best pictures.
Let me go change and I'll bring my broom back.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Did I miss something? Where is this painting painted by a professional that's worth over $1,000 plus travel fees? I see fan art of a wedding, but if the math that I'm doing in my head is right, things are adding up to something bad. Anyone can be anything nowadays if you have a website, an about section, and a card for checkout. When Rebecca first posted this TikTok with the caption, "Liza loves it," the general public did not mirror that statement. The reception was quite the opposite, and all of a sudden her comments were filled with art critics from Just Trust Me Bro University. The original TikTok has been taken down, but almost 2 million people have seen this Stitch version and have weighed in on this piece of deviant art. I wish I had this kind of confidence in my pricing. She put more details in the stairs than in the bride or groom. Like, it looks like a South Park drawing. I mean, maybe the bride and groom are a fan of construction paper stop motion artwork, and their bias is Cartman. Side note, I am not one to comment on anyone's artistic abilities based on my previous crimes with Sharpies and loose leaf paper, but as someone that's paid for art before, I'm not sure if $1,200 plus travel fees is equal to the material we've seen here. From what I've seen, this lady is more of a self-taught hobbyist that's taken a few workshop classes. So in a sense, she is better than the average person, unless I missed it, but I don't see any degrees from an art school or any professional certifications that would point to her having a solid foundation of painting skills for the prices that she's charging. Then again, art is subjective. Someone will duct tape a banana to the wall and sell it for $500,000. Logic doesn't really exist in the art world. However, we still haven't seen any posts or complaints from the couple themselves. In the end, it was the bride and groom's money that was spent. If they're happy or disappointed with the art, that's on them. On a scale of how scammy this is, I'd give it like a 1.5 out of 10. All the prices and references of what you're expected to get is clearly listed on our website. And if you do your own research by reading, you can see that she's pretty transparent with her qualifications. It's not like she surprised them with a business class ticket and a 2-night stay at a Four Seasons tacked onto their bill. There's actually another live wedding painter named Rebecca who charges a lot more. You can see her work is a lot better in terms of quality and skill. People were speculating maybe she just got the wrong Rebecca. I always get my Rebeccas with a K and Rebeccas with a C mixed up too. What's also a little funny is that she does admit the paintings a little wonky. Looking back on the video she posted, she realized that the painting was not looking its best, but that she wanted to share the clip because the bride was so adorable and said she loved it. If you can take accountability and admit that you made a little oopsie on the internet, you're better than like 98% of Twitter accounts with an anime profile picture. Her prices are probably what shocked people the most. It is a wedding service, so everything is going to be marked up by at least 500%. Rebecca got her bag, some free promo, and can still say she did it honestly without deceiving anyone. What she charges is definitely on the lower end of the spectrum compared to the other live wedding portraits that are better in quality, so I guess you get what you pay for. The painting isn't really that bad, it just looks... Anyways, so what about weddings in video form? Paying someone thousands of dollars to vlog, edit, and basically YouTube compilationify your wedding. Someone's gotta do it, and it's definitely a lot cheaper than hiring a reality TV camera crew. This bride hired someone to produce a 4K wedding video for her, where he filmed them the whole day and spent 30 hours editing all the clips into one cohesive video. After he finished and sent her the final product, she was clearly disappointed after paying him $1,200 for this.
He told me that he should have charged me $4,000 for this and that he thinks it's good work and the best quality he's ever done. He put in 30 hours of editing. So I just want to see if I'm crazy and what everybody else thinks. It's on CDs. So my rehearsal dinner, it was about 5 hours and he only got, okay, and then we jump to immediately my wedding.
Is this how it starts? No intro, no nothing? There was an afterthought of a rehearsal dinner. You could barely tell they were eating. Did they eat the memory card too? Where's the rest? The theme here is found footage when something paranormal is about to happen. That child is about to start running on all fours while the table levitates off the ground, which does sound kind of fun. Hey, I'm down to pitch in if anyone wants to have a Conjuring themed wedding. Valet can officiate. He's a nun. And she does mention that the bridesmaids start disappearing like ghosts.
Watch. Casper the ghost, she's gone. Where'd she go? I mean, I'll zoom in and show you guys the quality. Here's a girl walking. This is the 4K quality. The DJ in the shot the whole time. There's my hubby. In his 4 pixels, there's my hubby. And this is the music he decided to put on it for the bride's entrance.
This song is copyrighted to hell, so I gotta put something over it to stop. Anyways, how are you? The royalty-free version of the Wedding March song is meant to be used, but probably not at such a loud volume, and probably back in the 1800s when we all had lower life expectancies. Did she hire someone her grandpa's age? Oh no. Just search up popular wedding songs on YouTube, and any of the 3 first videos would have been a better pick. Did he spend 30 hours editing, while playing Subway Surfers, while watching Netflix, while napping at the same time? It looks like he worked on it with his eyes closed. I would feel embarrassed if I made someone pay for my services and gave them this, while also hyping it up to be something great. Oh boy, if this isn't Delulu, I don't know what is.
The audio doesn't match, and what we're saying has nothing to do with our mouse moving. He didn't even mic us. He told me it would be around $800 to $1,000 when I first booked him, and he said the only reason it would be $1,000 is if he mic'd us. And he didn't even mic us and ended up charging us $1,200.
So please respond with, I did.
I did.
What the hell was that? So $1,200 to hire a wedding videographer is actually quite low from what I've seen, based on the average of what people usually pay. You could get lucky and end up with someone that's actually skilled, but the lower you go on the pay scale, the chances of your wedding video looking like an episode of 90 Day Fiancé dramatically increases. Remember how I mentioned hiring a reality TV crew for your wedding? Maybe they wanted that TLC trash TV show aesthetic for their wedding. Honestly, I'd watch it. Getting to see the guests gossip and talk during their solo shots. Looks like he accidentally gave you the outtakes. 30 hours trying to figure out how to put the banner in the video. There's a lot of comments saying it looks like the show 16 and Pregnant, or it was filmed by a Ring security camera. He even left the clip of their worst moments in the final version.
I fell, and he didn't even edit it out. You get my attitude to my man. It's our wedding day. Don't show that.
What was he editing exactly? Did he have to draw this clip art banner by hand and code it into the iMovie file? With any picture perfect moment, sometimes you have to do things more than once to get the best shot. But we're not supposed to know that unless you paid for the found footage special on Kijiji.
So we're walking out, first sparklers, we kiss. Oh wait. And then my photographer's like, let's do it again so we can make sure we get the shot. He didn't even edit us doing it twice. He just kept the whole thing of us walking back.
She never ends up showing us his portfolio or any of his previous work, so we're not entirely sure if she knew what to expect, but his resume must have had to look a little bit better than what we just saw to convince anyone to hire him. On the scam scale, I'd give this like 7 Sister Wives episodes out of 10. Her $12,000 got her a Paranormal Activity wedding spin-off, topped off with free video effects from Windows Movie Maker. If you've ever seen The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez, good for you. I probably won't see it. Hiring a good wedding planner will be one of your biggest expenses since they have the responsibility of preparing everything leading up to the actual wedding. Nowadays, you have so many choices on Google and social media, it's actually overwhelming. Companies are fighting for your business by offering glamorized versions of what your wedding could look like if you hired them. People are willing to give someone a 5-figure salary just so they be in good hands. After paying $16K to a planning service called Ooh La La Events, instead of walking into a Pinterest photo of a wedding like they were promised, this couple got a jump scare instead.
This is the table my sister was going to walk into on her wedding day when she was expecting this. This is what her and the decorators had planned out, agreed upon, she had paid $16K for.
Is this not theft? I wouldn't be surprised if they fled the country after the deposit hit their bank account. They're gonna have to change the amount of people they're gonna invite to this wedding because the table looks awfully small. There's enough classes for the bride, groom, 2 lawyers, and the police.
But when the coordinator sent us this table, oh my God.
They couldn't even be bothered to fix their typo. No time to check your spelling when you're trying to fit $16K into a suitcase. After this interaction, the bride said the wedding coordinator just straight up ghosted them and didn't even show up. I smell a ooh la lawsuit coming. This story does have a happy ending, and the family was able to find a solution for this, but that must have been so stressful. This literally looks like a school assignment that got thrown together last minute when you suddenly remember the night before it's due. All I know is that people are gonna have to start GoFunding their weddings at some point with the way the economy going. You don't have to spend an entire down payment on your wedding. There's an Elvis cosplayer waiting at a chapel in Las Vegas, ready to marry anyone to anything. All you need is a couple $100 and a few vows written on a napkin. If you do have the means to, I can't see the pros of going all out for your wedding day. As an attender of some pretty nice weddings, money does make life somewhat better, but be prepared to do your due diligence when you're hiring someone to do any type of job. Because anyone can say they're a professional, even if their credentials are a camcorder they got on Facebook Marketplace and iMovie as their only editing software. We can tell the scammers not to scam people, but I have a feeling that advice might be ignored. But what does get ignored and shouldn't be is the YouTube algorithm. Show it that you've been engaged for the last 10 minutes and you enjoyed what you saw by giving this video a like. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and I'll be 0.001% closer to funding someone's Saw-themed wedding. All the guests will get traps put on them when they enter the reception, and the bride and groom will ride out on a little tricycle, Jigsaw style. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.